Hi, my name is Keegan, and I'm your host here of Engineers and Automation. On today's episode, we're going to be talking with Sonny Singh. He's the managing partner of Singh Automation, a systems integration company based out of Southwest Michigan. We're going to talk a little bit about working with his co-owners. We're going to talk about growing the business, and then we're also going to talk about advice he would give for someone looking to work for an integration company. Now, let's go talk automation. All right, and welcome to today's episode. I'm here with Sonny Singh. He's the managing partner of Singh Automation. Sonny, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Keegan, for inviting me and joining you in the conversation.
Yeah, no problem. And let's just go ahead and jump right into it here. How'd you get started and what's your background in automation?
So it was less of automation. My side was more of technology, and I found the right partners to uh, pursue in that technology venture. And then opportunity came to join Gurdeep and Jazz. They're the founders
Yep.
of Sing Automation. And opportunity came along to join them in their venture, and I took that opportunity, and here we are.
Oh, wow. Yeah, cool. Well, and I noticed too, it looks like you're also a self-employed entrepreneur and many other ventures as well. Do you want to
Okay,
briefly touch on those?
I'm gonna say, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a surprise to you. I've seen your profile,
Yep.
and
Yep.
and that's just in our, I guess, people who are drive to do things, and they're just always always trying to less of a money. They're more of the rush that we get doing certain things. And like I do host a radio show too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I do about hour and a half every week, and and then we do robots all day, and few other things.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
great.
it's it's things keeps it exciting, and yeah, and it builds your network.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and I was going to say a lot of self-motivated people. We all seem to be driven, and you start to see that in many of the people that I've interviewed. I guess one of the starting points here is when did you guys start Sing Automation?
Jazz and Gurdeep, this started back in 2014.
Okay.
And I joined them recently, actually, 2021.
Okay.
So I knew him for a while, but I known him for quite a bit, but a few years back. But as for the Sing Automation, I joined him recently. But as there was another uh technology venture, like an app that we're pursued and developed, and that was back in 2019, I believe.
Okay.
2018 or 2019, we did that. And so that's where we got to know each other, and we seen that we are up for challenges. Yeah, they're tough sometimes, but that's the part of the game. So that's pretty much it. They started in 2014. They started with three people, and their team grew. And 2020, as most manufacturing and so on companies, they got hit, and Sing Automation was no different. So they came with challenges where the team shrunk, and so since 2020, I would say, as their back fired up again, and we went from three or four individual team members, and now we're up to almost 40.
Wow. Oh, that's great.
So.
And how's the dynamic working with so many, owners, founders, co-owners, managing partners? How's that dynamic work with the group?
So there's we we have it's all systematic. So it's like there's systematically everybody is put in their uh roles and responsibilities. So we have most companies do as like an structure. And that org structure, we truly believe in that. And everybody has their roles and duties and responsibilities. And they fulfill those responsibilities and they get checked upon on those responsibilities and they held accountable for whatever they are doing. And yeah, so it works out and and it's a pretty open organization. So we're not shy away to question CEO of the company, what they've been up to. Are they doing their job? And down to anybody who's maybe an intern. So everybody is open for questioning anytime.
Yeah, that's a good business dynamic. And wanted to ask, how big is the shop now? Um, that you guys have?
We're so there's the shop itself. We're been shopping for bigger location.
Okay.
And meanwhile, we are at the current shop where it was not fully used before. Now we are using it facility most of it, and the things that was used as a storage that have been cleared out. So it's we just try to play a VG board per se
Yeah. Yep.
with with our current shop, and we're making it work. But all the partners, they're aware and they're actively looking for bigger location or a bigger facility where we can because there's a bigger projects, the current future there's a and then the future further down there's a bigger projects that are in the works.
Yeah.
So for that we definitely need some bigger facility to accommodate all that.
Especially if you've grown from to, you're almost 40 employees now. You're definitely
Yeah,
going to need the shop space.
yes, we still have like 3 openings as well.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are definitely been growing the last few years. That's great. And why are you guys over in the Portage, Kalamazoo area? And that's for the west side of the state of Michigan, for those of you who aren't in this area. What made you guys choose that area to do your manufacturing there?
So Jazz and Gurdeep, they both went to Western.
Okay. Yep.
So once you go to college, you build an ecosystem there. And the community and everything around you. And our mindset our at work is we try to give back to community. So where we getting our income or our living from, and we building a business in, we're trying to give back to that community. So this is one way to do that, is stay in the area and stay uh give more opportunity to local young upcoming young uh brains, I would
Yep.
say,
Yep.
to give them that opportunity to pursue automation, because this is the future.
Yep. And that's a great point. And you also touched on something that I wanted to ask is, where are you guys, you've grown so fast. Where are you guys finding all of this talent? Are you doing university outreach? Are you doing job boards, recruiters? Are you looking into recruiters? How are you bringing in all this new talent there?
So our talent is mostly what we have. We have the network of our current employees, where or our current members there. Uh, they have their network in a similar field. So we get some luck there, and some is social media and traditional, nowadays the traditional way to, we don't put in newspapers anymore.
Yeah.
So it's it's the social media or the current there's a state program that helps too
Okay.
to individuals for internship. So we're definitely taking advantage of that as well. And then Western is a pretty good hub to find talent of different skill set.
Yeah. Yeah, great. And then really wanted to kind of go back to what you mentioned earlier, um, a little bit about your projects and growing projects. How many projects are you guys working on right now? Can you speak to that?
If I say the projects we have on the boards are 10,
Okay. Wow. Wow.
and we're kicking off two more next week, I believe.
Wow.
So we're wrapping up two to three projects next week, but we are kicking off at least three next week again. So
Wow.
it's a revolving project board. We have our own control plan, and that board is basically is the one that's get updated. So it's we hold meetings every morning, and we kind of quick over glance everything,
Right.
just review every project and where they stand. So yeah, so we have at least 10 on the board right now.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And then, with that, how are you guys finding and reaching out to new clients? Is it again through social media, I would assume. How are these clients finding you guys?
So yes, so social media is one. And our so CEO Gurdeep, he's uh he's our basically a salesperson as well.
Okay.
So he's out there and talking to people and so on. Then we have Charlie Rupert. He's another co-CEOs and basically a managing partners. So combination of all three, all actually four or five people. We're all out there using a social media, and then we have our current clientele.
Good.
They just ordering a second or third or fourth project.
Yeah, that's
So,
great.
so that's another thing is because uh companies are expanding, even though it may or may not look like in economy, the news or whatever,
Yep.
but companies are still expanding. Companies are still inshoring. That's the new word now.
Yep. Yep.
Inshore. So the way they're able to do inshore is they're using automation.
Yep. Yeah, and that's a great point. And I talked with somebody about this a couple interviews ago that we had is a lot of the onshoring and bringing all the jobs back. Automation is still booming, even though like you said, you look on the news and right now people are getting laid off at all these different places. However, in the automation industry, it's not really
Hmm.
happening, which is good for us, but bad for some other people, I guess I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. So it's what I see is when there's a change, when there's a change in anything, you know, things do change and then people adapt.
Yeah.
Change comes, people adapt. So there as a Detroit, there have been few changes. Even though Lansing is our capital, but if you ask anybody in the world what's the capital of Michigan, they'll say Detroit,
Yeah. Right.
right?
Right. Right.
So, Detroit has changed from automation to I mean automotive to what it is now, and it's becoming there's more technology coming and so on. But yeah, so it's there's a change, and what I see is some some think automation gonna take jobs away. That is such a false narrative that in my opinion, that is not gonna happen. That's not happening. So what's happening is where operator are more safer now doing the same job what they were doing before.
Yep.
For instance, if an operator is working with a glass, um, heavy glass, 120-pound glass,
Wow. Yep.
and where there were two or three operators, they were lifting that glass, they were putting on to this conveyor, and if the glass breaks, they have protective gearing, but they still get hurt
Yeah.
somehow. And then there's other factors that come in to for injuries and long-term injuries, arthritis, so on. Um, so now all that operator is doing is making sure the robot is running. It has the material. It just the operator just watching
Yep.
that same robot. Now that op operator just pressing buttons,
Yep.
few buttons,
Yep.
start, stop, go home, few things.
Yeah.
And it just upkeeping that robot. So yes, the role's gonna change at a job, but the human factor is still gonna be there. If we say it's gonna be all robots, no humans, I don't see that in near future.
I think we'll be
But
long gone by then.
yes, true. And
And there'll
and
be
then
other
again,
problems and other jobs that,
yes,
take
yes,
over
yeah,
for those roles.
yes. But so yeah, so there's a narrative that goes in, especially uh when there's automation introduced to a facility that never had automation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so that's the narrative. Sometimes that goes in and says that it's oh, here's a robot gonna take a job away. No, it's gonna make a job safer.
Yeah, it's
So
also about upskilling your current workforce, right? It's taking an operator and teaching them to become a robotics technician, or
yeah, yeah.
taking a person, instead of having three people to move this glass, like you were just saying, and moving somebody else to a new role and upskilling them in your current uh, you know,
and and
company.
and better pay, right? So
Yeah.
you're now you have a skill set. Now you're more versatile.
Yep.
You can use that skill set in different companies because they all gonna have the automation. So it doesn't matter you go in auto industry or you go in a glass industry or industry maybe even a food industry.
Yep.
So all these they all change. And but your job description is still gonna be a robot operator. So 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 yeah, so personally I'm that's little touchy point to me is like when somebody says robots gonna take the jobs away. I'm like, no, they're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
shuffle some things around. And I guess one of the other questions I wanted to ask you too, what are some of the future goals for Sing Automation?
So we're yes, we do manufacturing pick and place. Then it's in our values, it's in our goal or a tagline you want to say is innovative.
Yep.
So we're innovative. So we're building we have few projects coming there. We're building ne basically robots systems. That's all I can go into. Robot systems that will be helping uh industry in in a trucking and so on. So there's another next level of Sing Automation is coming up, but we're still integrators there. We are integrating systems for companies that never been introduced to automation. So
Right.
seems like that is our right now is a key is we're introducing systems where there never been robots.
And are you
Uh,
focused on just clients in the, Southwest Michigan area, or are you all over the states?
so actually we have an office in California now
Oh wow, okay.
and one in India.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we're we got actually next project is in California that's getting introduced next week.
Oh wow, okay.
So we're not limited to Michigan. Yes, we get a lot of our projects. I would say right now is Indiana, Michigan area.
Yep.
So RV industry, we do a lot for RV industry.
Okay.
So we're doing that and in Michigan, but yeah, we're not limited to it's one of those things that the way that our system is, validate the system, then it doesn't matter where it get installed. It could be anywhere in US.
Yep. Yep.
So we installed a project in Missouri, and we have other project. We have a project in New Jersey. So we go far.
Yeah,
We do go
you're
out of
definitely branching out then. I
yes.
guess what advice would you have for someone who's thinking about working for an integration company like Sing Automation?
So there's my first advice would be is definitely go learn automation in a sense that you're not just playing with robots. So my first is we make our expectation that I'm gonna go in automation company, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just program a robot. Programming a robot actually comes last.
Yeah,
The first thing
you are right. Yep. Yep.
programming a robot comes last. The first thing comes is controls, wiring the robot, in CAD design,
Yeah, I would say,
EOAT.
yep.
So you have, you have CAD, mechanical, manufacturing, assembling, controls, wiring panels, programming, uh, PLCs. So if you're planning to come to automation industry, there are 100 different ways you can enter.
Mm,
There's, I'm just throwing 100, but let's say 20.
yep. Yep.
Let's, there's 20 different ways you can enter. So PLC programming, wiring, electrical panels, uh,
Design.
design, CAD, um so there's quite a few ways you can enter. So there's don't get intimidated by that it's a robot. I don't know, like you see those sci-fi only like movies, like this big brains only can do robots.
Mm,
You get intimidated by them. No, robots are is created by human, they're programmed by human. Actually, the word I use is robots are pretty dumb.
yeah, you have to make them smart, right?
Yes, it's the human behind that robot make it look smart.
Yep. Yep.
So my advice to anybody out there when want to get into automation, jump in. Go go these branded robot companies. They provide trainings. They hold seminars. Go on YouTube, watch videos, learn, go to colleges. There are these trade schools. They have specific just programming a robot, PLC programming, wiring. They have electrical controls. So they have all those CAD. So they have those these are the like the main ingredients that you can just go in and you can get skill set in this,
Yep.
and you will be in automation. Rest you will learn on the job. There will be the experience that you will get on a job that cannot be replaced by any trade school out there. Sorry to say, but that experience
100%.
that is cannot be replaced. So find automation company, do an internship.
Yep.
So that's what I do. Do a summer internship, and learn how to manage projects. That's another part of it, project managing.
Yeah,
So
I was
there,
just going to mention that earlier. That's another step
yeah,
there that people don't even think about. That yeah, you don't even have to technically touch the robot or design anything. You could literally just manage the program.
yeah. So there are quite a few different ways you can get into automation. So the first thing is you got to take the fear out that it is out of your reach.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
you got to take that fear out. It is not. You have more technology on your iPhone or your on your there's some of these teach pendants for these robots.
Yep. Yep.
So and yeah, and the programming that I personally, I haven't touched a teach pendant before I started Singh Automation. Now I'm able to do basically basic programming and touch points. My role's responsibility is one of it is installation. So we're
Yep.
during installation testing. So the testing, I have to tweak the points, make it cycle time is a big word.
Yep.
So we have to bring the cycle time. So to do that, we have to do some tweaking and so on. So yeah, so that's and I learned that here. I did not had any skill set in that.
Yeah.
So I would say don't get intimidated. Just dive in.
Find your niche that you like and try that. And
Yeah.
with that, Sonny, let me ask, where can people find you? How can they get a hold of you? How can they connect with you?
Thinkautomation.com. That's one. And you can go on that. You can uh, call us, email us at info at, or actually you can email me, sunny@thinkautomation.com.
Okay.
And I'll just stop by. Just Google Singh Automation, stop by, say, hey, you wanna just kind of visit and look at the robots and have a feel for it. Call us and we can schedule a time, walk you through our facility. And we do for in fact, we're doing a program in California for the kids
Oh,
where we taking a robot to them, middle schoolers,
cool.
and we just gonna show them how the robots work. And we held the classes, free classes at our facility here for supervisors and company supervisors and for the kids. So we have
Right.
done that. So just stop by. My my son always says he's 7. He's like now he's 7, but he says, Dad, when you gonna build the rest of the robot? You only got arm.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm gonna have to take you up on that offer next time I go see my parents. I grew up on that side of the state, so you guys are only about a half
Definitely
hour away
stop in,
from
call
where I grew
me,
up.
text me, and we'll definitely make time.
Yeah, I'll have to do that, Sonny. Well, I appreciate you talking with us today. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe. And we hope you join us here next time on Engineers and Automation. Thanks.
Thank you, Keegan, again.